Alright, so this is 2 of 2. This one's called Minas Tirith, based off of the Castle of Minas Tirith in the Lord of the Rings books. So this one, like I said, is a gift for a friend who is a huge Tolkien fan. I mean, like Stephen Colbert caliber Tolkien fan. So I wanted to have symbology and things that would be relevant to a Tolkien fan. And Minas Tirith it's full of stuff, and just Gondorian culture in general has a lot of background. So that there's plenty of stuff for me to pick through. But like the other one, I'll start with the font demo. It's the basic Steel Sword 2 font, but this one is called Captain of Gondor. It's designed to show kind of the weaknesses of man, and how Faramir, the Captain of Gondor, in the book version at least, is somehow overcome, or is able to overcome the lures of the ring and stuff. So same basics with the Faramir quotes.
Saruman attacks from Isengard. Sauron from Mordor. Fight will come to men on both fronts. Sauron will strike us soon. Gondor is weak. Saruman attacks from Isengard. War will make corpses of us all.
This is the city of the men of Numenor. I'm glad to give my life to defend her beauty, her memory, her wisdom. Generous deeds should not be checked with cold counsel.
The lockup is the assault on Minas Tirith by the Nazguls, with a couple embellishments. The lockup, or the force, I was actually very proud of. Again, it's showing the difference between Boromir and Faramir.
It is a strange thing. We should suffer so much fear and doubt for so small a thing. They will take the ring, and you will beg for death before the end. I tried to take the ring from him. It would grieve you then to learn that he is dead. He would have kept it for his own. I would not use the ring. Not if Minas Tirith were falling in ruin and I alone could save them.
So those audio montages, I really get a kick out of making those, just because they're fun to make. So the power-ups, I did something different with the power-ups, or the power-ons, but taking advantage of the angle of which sound it's using. It's able to use just jump right into it. So the first one, it's as if you're standing with your sword up. You can't really see that in frame. Anyway, but it's as if you're standing up in a proud fashion. So it's got that proud fanfare of the Gondorian theme. The second one, as if you're handing a sword over, so it's more of a humble gesture, and it's a little more subdued, but it's calm and humble. The last one, as if you're one knee down in a very penitent pose. I thought that was the best description. So you're down on one knee and you have your sword down in front of you. And so they're all a little bit different in the sense that the music reflects the pose that you're in, and that's one thing that I thought was actually pretty cool as far as how it turned out. So yeah, starting with head to toe, we'll just sort of go down the line. You can see there's 7 layers, obviously, for the 7 levels of Minas Tirith. They're alternated by white, black, etc., etc. And if you'll notice, like, watch the Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings, and you'll see that all over the place, the juxtaposition between the black and white is a very common Gondorian theme, and that's one thing that I thought ended up being pretty cool. The top level, of course, is the throne room, which is where the king sits, and the crown with the jewel, which I'll get to in a second, is supposed to basically be represented in the crown here, sort of presiding over all the different layers. This part right here is supposed to be the rocks shooting out of the mountain, but either way, the head is supposed to represent the physical properties of Minas Tirith. Same thing with the main power right here. Just again, the kill function also works with the kill key, but for ease of use, I just went with this. The rubber grip is the same technique used with Minas Morgul and the rapier and stuff. It's heat shrunk rubber over shapes, basically. The wing right here, there's a wing right here, a very common Gondorian theme. The spine, I don't know if you can see, there we go. This is a Trio Gondor, and very proud of how that turned out. It took me a couple of tries to get it right, but that one is just done with the Dremel. Pommel is the same. There is weathering on it. It's real subtle weathering to give the impression of, like, you know, white rock that's maintained, but you know, well cared for and stuff. So there's very subtle gray highlights throughout, and I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of marbly, which is a cool effect that I wasn't expecting, but ended up being pretty neat. So yeah, that's Minas Tirith. The jewel, it's blue, and I just had that. It was leftover blue crystal from like an old Yoda Groflex chassis, and I put it in one of my fridge sabers and whatnot. But I just had it, but it jumped into my head. It was like, wouldn't that be cool if like Aragorn's birthstone was blue? And I started looking up, and lo, like, Aragorn is one of 2 people in the entire Tolkien universe that actually has like a actual day for a birthday, and it's March, which is an Aqua Aura, and I was just like, holy cow, what a cool win. But that's why that's there. This is just a blade plug, by the way, so it comes out, and that's where all that is happening. But yeah, the blade is something that I've done differently, 7/8 inch blade, but I've never seen anybody do this, but I etched some, since I was in the, you know, the mode of etching, I put in some Elvish on the blade, and I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that, but turned out pretty cool. So a friend gets an Elvish blade to go with his Minas Tirith, and of course, additionally, it'll come with a halfling length blade as well. So and that's it. Minas Tirith. Woo! Alright, see you later.